Let's see from the immigration point of view. Will we consider Ghana as endemic or pandemic to the whole idea of slavery? Is this something that is entrenched? Must we be terrified that human trafficking is so entrenched that it's a canker from the immigration point of view?
Yes, I totally yes. It's a problem.
Wow.
Because Ghana is per our distance is deemed or termed as a source country, a destination country, and a transit.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So in all this trafficking, it's so heavy.
Okay.
As I said, the source, transit, and destination.
Okay.
It's as Madam mentioned, for here being a destination, we have our neighboring countries like Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and those French countries around us. They find Ghana a little bit safe haven for sex trade, especially. They come in their numbers, and then they come and serve. Normally, the trend is that you come and serve under a madam.
And that is for the sex trade.
For the sex trade, and they give you an amount to pay to work for. Of late is around 7,000 to 8,000 Ghana cedi
for the year.
For any period, you have to work. And there is a book that you'll be doing daily sales.
You go and do sales and come and mark.
You do entries every blessed day till they are able to confirm that you've worked for that kind of money, and then you are freed. So you also have that right to go and get somebody to work for you. So it becomes a cycle. So one madam can have no less than 10, 12, 15 girls working for her.
And housing them?
So when, housing them. So when they are done serving, they also, you see how the numbers are increasing.
It's a cycle.
So it's like the 15 will also, even if they are bringing two, you can see the numbers, the way they are growing. So it's like, it's a problem. And then the transit, in a sense that because of our airport, you realize that in West Africa, we have one of the biggest airports. So we have a lot of flights this time around, and they are cheaper. And they are direct to most of the countries that this unsuspecting girls or traveling public go. Because in Sierra Leone like this, they prefer coming to Ghana to fly to the Gulf.
When so it's a transit?
Yes, when I say Gulf, that is the Arab countries around.
Yes.
So because we have direct flights, and then the flights too are cheaper here. So they intend to come in transit here. They always do. Then the source is that our own people, the agencies that we're talking about, advertise, recruits, and then send them out there, and they get trafficked.
Wow.
Yeah.
So some explanation for the labor.
So with the labor, it's the maid servant thing I was talking about, or any other work.
Farming.
That's it. Fishing, whatever. So what happens is, the exploitative nature of it. Employment is not bad. Getting somebody into farming or getting somebody as a maid servant is not bad. But the fact that the fellow is working and you are benefiting from it, you benefit more than the fellow who is working. That is where we have a problem. So with the current trend we have now, it's more of our ladies being trafficked to their Gulf for work as maid servants, and when they go, the conditions under which they are working and then the pay they are receiving, it doesn't commiserate. It doesn't match. So they find themselves overworking more than what they are getting. And then to react to the religious leader thing, we have something. We don't work with only trafficking. We have human smuggling. So the complicated nature of human smuggling is that people, I wouldn't limit it to only the religious leaders. People in the communities that we find ourselves in think that he is helping the fellow to travel to country A or country B. And the difference between that smuggling and trafficking is that with the smuggling, the fellow will facilitate your entry into a country that it is not your country. And then once he succeeds in getting you into that country, he leaves you there. But with trafficking, he succeeded in taking you to that country and keep exploiting you.
Okay.
So with the smuggling too, it's like there is consent. I wake up and walk up to you with my money and my documents and say, please help me to go to Canada. If you assist, it's not a problem. But in trying to assist and you fraudulently acquire documents and whatever in support of the application, and the fellow is able to actually get the visa and travel to Canada, you have smuggled the fellow.
Oh. And when you get to Canada, I say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, because you have benefited financially or any other material benefits. Once you benefit from it, so it brings me back to the religious leaders. Listen, they will be helping, but at the end of the day, you might be thinking that you are helping, but you are smuggling the fellow.
Okay, so let's be a little bit more specific. How does religious leaders condone to this?
It's
some religious leaders.
Yeah. So it is the education that a lot of people or the religious leaders are lacking.
Okay, which is?
You have to do it and do it right. As I earlier said, we don't frown on migration, acquisition of visas and what have you. But if it must be done, it must be done properly. So in trying to help, if you don't take time, there is just a thin line between helping and smuggling. So it will amount to smuggling if the documents and everything that you have used. Most of the time, they'll just ask you to bring a passport-size pictures. All the documents and the supporting documents that are going to be used for the passport and then the visa are just fictitious. So that amounts to smuggling. But in a sense, you might not think that you are smuggling the fellow. You are helping him get the visa and travel out because of poverty. And the fellow might even pay you, but still it amounts to smuggling.
Wow.
Yes.
And can you at any point in time report the person because I paid so and so amount to the person and here am I? Either you were not given the visa or you get to the country and you are stranded.
Yes. That is exactly what we are looking out for. People should feel free to walk to immigration and even police. If you detect this kind of cases, just come to us. We have the capacity to investigate those cases. But
you see, if you get the visa and you are in that country, this is the country. I mean, you mentioned Canada. You left and say, and to go and report. I mean, we have seen people gone there so stranded, but they are finding it very difficult. I don't know whether your organization is in contact with people like that.
Yes, we do. We are in contact with them, and then the complex nature of it is that it is very difficult to investigate and prosecute smuggling cases because a lot of times the people will tell you that you are pouring sand into my gari because I've gotten a visa. This man has assisted me to go here to do this, and you are using your law to say that it is illegal.
Yeah.
You see, often they will go through it in silence. Like they will prefer to suffer than to bring it for you to take to court and those kind of whining processes. So often smuggling is on a quiet because of the way it is done. Because there's no exploitation, and even sometimes there is consent. The fellow consents that, oh, please take me to country B or country A. You get it? So getting them complaining to us, it's sometimes a little bit quiet.
What about child trafficking and smuggling?
Yes, that is another problem. It's a problem because of what she said earlier, poverty.
Okay.
You see, parents find it difficult. We have one person having about 6, 7, 8 children. So taking care of them in these times is always difficult. So they tend to, there is this culture, the way of doing things, especially in our rural areas. They tend to give out the children to maybe family members, uncles and whatever, who are into maybe farming and especially fishing. We find a lot of children working under those hazardous conditions. They dive into the river to untangle nets and what have you. It's a serious issue, especially when it comes to internal trafficking. For across border, it is in a minimal.
Okay.
It's often smuggling. It's like somebody has money to smuggle himself out there and has kids here. So he wants them to join him out there. Then they will do fictitious.
Is that not legitimate struggling? Smuggling.
Yes. So and yes, you see how funny and difficult smuggling is. So and it's like the fellow does everything to bring the kids out there, but the processes it's so fictitious and so fraudulent that it amounts to smuggling. So it's for the child trafficking, it is more internal than across borders.
All right.